In the gaming world, all eyes are already on the upcoming major releases. New projects, ambitious series, and long-awaited games are generating great anticipation among players. In this video, we've compiled the most talked about and highly anticipated titles in the gaming world. Here are the games that are already generating great excitement. Marvel's Wolverine, expected to be released in 2026, is a single-player action-adventure aiming to bring a more gritty take to superhero games. Developed by Insomniac Games, the title focuses more on Logan's dark side than on flashy heroic moments. While Wolverine's healing abilities and melee combat skills are emphasized, the game aims to make combat feel more brutal and intense. In terms of story, instead of the classic saving the world theme, the focus is on the character's past and internal conflicts. The game world, instead of being completely open, progresses through more controlled and detailed areas. This makes the narrative more intense and cinematic. More than just a fun superhero adventure, Marvel's Wolverine is poised to be one of the most anticipated titles of 2026 for players seeking a character-driven and mature experience. GTA 6 is one of the rare games that generates immense anticipation the moment its name is mentioned. This time, the series aims to offer a more vibrant and intense open world, centering on Vice City and its surroundings in the modern era. While the story focuses on two main characters, the narrative is expected to concentrate more on a critique of modern society through the theme of crime. The feeling of freedom remains at the heart of GTA 6. City life, side activities, and random events are designed to give the world a truly alive feel. In terms of gameplay, the series' familiar chaos is maintained, while the level of detail and realism is taken to a new level. Rockstar's long development process, while raising expectations, also demonstrates their aim to minimize the margin of error. If this balance can be achieved, GTA 6 has the potential to become one of the most talked about games not only in the series, but in the entire gaming world. Resident Evil Requiem stands out as the newest installment in the series, expected to approach its horror roots with a more serious and weighty tone. The game aims to keep the player under constant pressure by prioritizing suspense and survival over action. Resource management, limited ammunition, and exploration-focused progression remain fundamental components of the experience. Resident Evil Requiem is expected to have a darker and more dramatic narrative, with an atmosphere that gradually becomes overwhelming. Enclosed spaces, silence, and a sense of uncertainty are used as the main sources of fear. While the series has occasionally veered towards action in the past, this game aims to bring suspense back to the forefront. If this balance is struck correctly, Resident Evil Requiem could deliver the pure horror the series has long sought. Reanimal, expected to be released in 2026, is a dark horror game that has caught the attention of players who particularly appreciate atmosphere. A new project from Tarsier Studios, known for the Little Nightmares series, Reanimal stands out with its unsettling visuals and silent narrative. The game offers a mystery-focused adventure set in an abandoned and eerie world. Unlike classic horror games, it aims to create a constant sense of unease rather than sudden jump scares. While co-op gameplay is prominent, it can also be played solo. Character animations, camera angles, and environmental design are deliberately unsettling. As seen in the trailers, Reanimal doesn't scream to scare the player, it whispers. If this atmosphere can be maintained throughout the game, it has the potential to be one of the most memorable horror experiences of 2026. .007 First Light stands out as a story-driven action-adventure offering an unconventional introduction to the James Bond universe. Instead of the iconic, all-powerful Bond image, the game centers on a younger, more inexperienced character just starting out in the agency. This approach moves the narrative away from classic spy cliches, making it more personal and grounded in reality. Stealth, careful navigation, and tactical decisions are crucial in gameplay. While action scenes are present, the game generally aims to offer a patient and atmospheric experience. Choices made throughout the story can affect the progression of missions and the flow of events. 007 First Light is a strong alternative for players seeking a more controlled and mature experience that explores the formation of Bond's identity, rather than a spectacular display of explosions. Pragmata, expected to be released in 2026, is a remarkable game that tackles science fiction themes in an unconventional, more detached way. Set on the moon, the game emphasizes exploration and the unknown within its mysterious atmosphere. At the heart of the story are a lone astronaut and a mysterious child named Diana, and their relationship forms the basis of the narrative. Instead of fast-paced action, Pragmata prioritizes environmental interactions, puzzles, and cautious progression. Themes of artificial intelligence and technology are not explicitly explained, but rather conveyed through the player's experience. Having been in development for a long time, the game's pace and narrative style may not appeal to everyone, but it promises a unique experience for patient players. If this approach can be maintained, Pragmata could be one of the most original games of 2026.
It's over.
Crimson Desert, expected to be released in 2026, is one of the games that has generated great interest in the gaming world since its announcement. Developed by Pearl Abyss, the game combines an open-world structure with a brutal and realistic action system. The story, set on the continent of Pywell, revolves around war, power struggles, and political conflicts. You control a single main character and experience a completely story-driven, cinematic experience. What makes Crimson Desert special is the weight and quality of the animation in its combat system. Sword strikes, environmental interactions, and physics details are incredibly satisfying. Thanks to the Black Space engine, the graphics, weather effects, and open-world details are quite impressive. The game, which has been in development for a long time, also attracted attention for initially being perceived as an MMO, but later being positioned as a purely single-player title. If the promised quality is maintained, Crimson Desert could be one of the strongest contenders for 2026.
Can't just yet.
LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, expected to be released in 2026, stands out as a fun yet more mature title that brings the LEGO Batman series back to the forefront. The game offers a storytelling narrative centered on different eras of Batman and the Dark Knight legacy. While the classic LEGO formula is preserved, a careful balance of humor and seriousness is struck with Gotham's darker atmosphere. Puzzle-based progression, character switching mechanics, and co-op gameplay form the basis of the experience. The ability to play as different Batman versions adds variety to the gameplay and enriches the story. LEGO's simple yet fluid combat system, environmental interaction, and abundant hidden content keep the player constantly engaged. If the game can combine a nostalgic spirit with a modern narrative, Legacy of the Dark Knight could easily captivate both veteran fans and new players. Saros, expected to be released in 2026, is an ambitious production aiming to present a science fiction theme with a darker and more mysterious narrative. Set on an unknown planet, The game invites the player to navigate the fine line between exploration and survival. Instead of relying directly on dialogue, Saros' narrative progresses through environmental design and details revealed during exploration. This approach significantly enhances the sense of loneliness and uncertainty. Action-packed combat is supported by RPG-based character development, and every encounter requires attention and planning. The dark space atmosphere and simple yet striking visual language clearly define the game's tone. Saros aims to offer a psychologically challenging science fiction journey rather than a fast-paced, flashy experience. If this approach can be maintained, it could be one of the most noteworthy releases of 2026. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, expected to be released in 2026, is a tactical RPG that aims to stay true to the series' roots while offering a deeper narrative structure. The game stands out with its story centered on the concepts of fate and choice. In Fortune's Weave, decisions directly affect not only dialogues, but also the course of battles and the fate of characters. While the series' signature turn-based, grid-based combat system is retained, the relationships between characters have a greater impact on gameplay. The permadeath mechanic is again central, and every mistake can have permanent consequences. While the art style maintains the classic Fire Emblem line, a more serious and mature narrative tone has been preferred. The story focuses on the cost of war, not the heroic side. If this narrative power can be balanced with the gameplay, Fortune's Weave could be one of the most impressive games in the series.